At South Dakota State, there are several ways to become involved with music. Whether it is interesting to you as a major or an extracurricular activity, there are options for students. MaryEllen Kennedy is a junior music education major here at SDState. She is here today to speak about her involvement with her major and different bands. Thanks for being here today, MaryEllen.
Yeah, no, it's an honor. It's like I told you, this is like a bucket list item for me, so thank you.
Checking that one off the bucket list. So tell me, MaryEllen, I know you did music in high school and middle school. Tell me about how that interest of music first started.
I come from a very musical family. Well, not very musical. Like when I say very, I'm just talking about my sister and I, because my parents, bless their hearts. No, my sister was a super awesome piano player, and she also played clarinet. And so when it came time for me to choose my band instrument, my mom was like, well, you can either play clarinet, you can play clarinet, or if you're really lucky, you can play clarinet.
Why did she want you to play clarinet?
It was just like a thing of, we already had one laying around the house, and by the time my sister was done with band, we had this clarinet laying around, and it kind of just stemmed from a family interest and a church interest that kind of eventually grew into me just becoming so involved with music in high school. I was a 4-year all-state band member. I was in the all-state orchestras. My band director just kind of made me do a lot of things, and it's a blessing now, because now I just have all these experiences.
And now you're choosing that as your career path in life.
Yes. If I can be half the band director that my high school band director was, I would say I'm going to be pretty happy.
Tell me a little bit about how you became involved with music here at SDSU.
I think just becoming involved here, it had to start with just the school search in general, obviously. Because so when a music person goes and looks at schools, they're not necessarily looking at the college as a whole. They're looking more at how the music department works, specifically what teachers are at the school, and just kind of the street cred that music department has around the state and even around the country sometimes. When I was looking, I did not want to stay in state. I wanted to spread my wings and fly. My high school band director, Mr. Lee Master, he was like, MaryEllen, I get it. You want to go to a big school and do really cool things, but I really think you need to look at SDSU just because the department is growing. It's becoming bigger and better with every passing day. And I was like, no, Mr. Lee Master, I'm not even going to give it a chance. Come senior year, he convinced me to come up for a senior day event, and I watched the Pride of the Dakotas rehearse for one of their morning rehearsals. For someone who was not a huge fan of marching band, I was completely sold. I was like, this is just awesome. It was such a fun environment, and it was something that I had never seen before upon my college searches. Everyone was a huge family, and I could already tell that just from one observation of a rehearsal.
You're in the Pride now.
Yeah!
That's one way that students can become involved with music at SDState. Tell me a little bit about what the Pride of the Dakotas is and about what kind of people are in it.
The Pride of the Dakotas is, without a doubt, one of the oldest, most beloved traditions on campus. Wherever you look throughout a history book of SDSU, you will find the Pride of the Dakotas right there along with it, which I, as a older member of this campus, I now can appreciate more because I just love this place so much. But yeah, so the Pride of the Dakotas, we're a marching band, obviously, and we just have a lot of fun. So we do field shows mainly. So every Saturday you'll find us doing pregame for football games, and then we will also do a halftime show, which, every halftime show that I've done here is just super fun. We've done everything from the music of the Beatles to military appreciation shows.
That one's always my fave.
Oh, it just tugs at the heartstrings, doesn't it?
It's super cool. And then you see people out in the crowd standing up with their area of the military. You don't have to be a music student to be in the Pride.
No, and actually I think that's the biggest charm. But I think what the Pride has given me is just such a strong sense of community where I'm not just locked in with music majors. I have so many egg friends and nursing major friends just from that experience.
You're also involved with bum band, which is kind of an informal form of marching, you could say.
Correct.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Okay, so bum band it's a group of Pride marching band members who come together. We usually will start rehearsing mid-September, and we learn songs like hobo songs. So Yankee Doodle Dandy, Big Rock Candy Mountain. And we learn these pieces of music, and we really learn how to, the best word I can think here is to hobo them up a little bit.
And some context for people who don't know what Hobo Day is, it is SDSU's homecoming, where hobo is kind of like our secondary mascot here at SDState,
right.
You could say.
Right.
People dress up as hobos for the homecoming, and it's the biggest one-day event in the Dakotas. You know, been doing it for over 100 years now. But the bum band is always a part of the parade and different events that are going on throughout the week.
It has to be probably one of my favorite ensembles here on campus. Because I've had the experience of running the bum band, because I myself am a member of the Hobo Day Committee, and that's been my job for the past 2 years, and I loved every minute of it.
You're also involved in other band areas on campus, a little bit more formal. Can you tell me about those that students may be interested in?
So we have 3 choral ensembles and technically 3 band ensembles. And so I'm a member of the SDSU Symphonic Band, which is our top concert group. It's probably my second favorite if we had to rank my experiences here with ensembles. So the really cool thing with Symphonic Band is we travel. So my freshman year, we went to Chicago, and we actually got to play in the Chicago Symphony Center.
You had mentioned that you're in the SDSU Symphonic Band. But you also used to be involved with different choir groups here at SDSU, which is something else that students can get involved in. Can you tell me a little bit about those?
We have 3 choirs here on campus. The top choir is concert choir, and then there's a women's choir and men's choir, which is called the Statesman. Dr. Robinette directs that ensemble, and he's just a hoot. The women's choir here on campus was what I was a part of last spring semester. And again, it's a family atmosphere, and we sing just some of the most lovely music, and Dr. Diddle is just such a wonderful person. She has such a big heart, and I love working with her. And then Dr. Diddle also leads the concert choir, which is an audition group, and it consists of the best singers on campus. And so the concert choir, they travel a lot. This coming school year, they're actually traveling to Rome.
Of all the music involvement that you've been in, is there a certain one you would recommend to somebody who are maybe looking to get their feet wet, figure out if they can fit music into their schedule at SDSU? What would you recommend?
For instrumentalists, obviously the Pride of the Dakotas would be the best ensemble for that, just because we meet in the fall. So obviously when you're on campus and you're looking for things to get involved in, that's the time to kind of do it. Or else in the spring, if you're an upperclassman and you just kind of want to, get back to your band roots, definitely either the Communiversity Band, which is a mix of college students and community members, would be awesome for that, because it's very accessible music, but it's played incredibly well. You could also register for concert band, and that's with Dr. Kessler, who also directs the Pride of the Dakotas. For choir, any of those choirs are wonderful. If you are looking to get really involved and are really in love with the idea of music, I would suggest auditioning for concert choir. Or if you just kind of want to have a casual experience with music, definitely go for Statesman or women's choir. You won't regret it.
There was also one band that you're involved in that we kind of forgot to mention that you can have some cool experiences with, is being in pep band.
So pep band, it stems a little bit from the Pride, but it is the pep band. It's not the Pride of the Dakotas pep band. And so, you see us at every home women's or men's basketball game and some wrestling matches. And we're just there to have fun. And so I guess the reasons why I like pep band so much is because it gets me out of my classically trained clarinet brain, and I'm able to play tenor saxophone and rip out 25 or 64 or Feel It Still, just some great pop tunes. The other great seller for pep band is we get paid to go to basketball games, which for me, as someone who is so busy as a musician, as a member of the Hobo Day Committee, it's a great way to make money. It really is.
And as a spectator, it provides a really good atmosphere. I love hearing them. And then also some pep band members, if the men's and women's teams make it onto the NCAA tournament, get to travel with the team to go perform.
Definitely. So I I have yet to do that just because my schedule is kind of wonky. But basically what happens, if you are in the pep band and you are selected to go on these trips, you get, your trip is paid for. You don't have to pay for airfare, you don't have to pay for bus travel, hotel. You probably have to pay for a few meals, but there's no other time in your life that you get to do that for free. Last year, the pep band got to travel to Notre Dame University in South Bend, Indiana. And they got to go to Spokane, Washington a few years ago.
There are travel opportunities if you decide to get involved in music at SDSU. What would you say are some other benefits of being involved other than traveling? I'm sure you've met some pretty cool people along the way.
It's a great way to make friends, but I mean also, if you are looking to go into music, we as a department are so well connected with the music community. It's amazing the connections that I've been able to make, and it's definitely going to help me throughout my entire career, whether I do go into teaching or if I do go on, get a master's, get a graduate degree. Like I said earlier, SDSU is really the land of opportunity. And you can talk to the music faculty here and they will tell you the exact same thing. Because even for them, it's opened up so many doors in their own careers, and that's why they love being here. So I'm a clarinet player, so I study with Dr. Mike Walsh. He was probably the biggest pull for me to come here when I was a senior in high school. Because there was really no one else who was just so personable, I guess. And that's just the first word I think of when I think about the faculty here.
That's great. Do you have any advice maybe for students that are current or incoming who are looking to pursue music here at SDSU?
If you're looking to study music here, reach out to your applied faculty member. So if you play trombone, reach out to Dr. Crow. If you are a percussionist, definitely reach out to Dr. Ragsdale. Personally, there's no greater joy for me to talk about my love for SDSU and the music department to new people. There's no greater joy for me because I love bragging about the new recital hall and all the beautiful practice rooms we have, and just getting to talk about how our faculty impacts each and every student's life every day.
Thank you, MaryEllen, for coming here today to speak with me about how to get involved with music here at SDSU. Yeah. This is Between Classes. Thanks for listening.